India is one of the greatest, yes, yet the most unique culture there is out there. By traveling to India, you will learn the values of family, you will learn the values of respect, the values of loyalty. This culture is very, very loyal to one another. This is a very collectivistic culture. They are very family oriented. You do not want to interfere with their family. You don't want to cause harm to their family. You do not want to disrespect their family because consequences are not the greatest in India. While visiting India, you do want to make sure that you are not disrespecting them. Very minor things that we feel would not be disrespectful is very disrespectful in India. You do need to be careful what you do with your left hand. And the slightest finger motion, the slightest sign, or anything like that, even the slightest movement can be very, very, very disrespectful to the Indian culture. They do consider feet to be dirty. Do not put your feet up on any type of furniture. Make sure that your feet are always covered. They do feel like feet need to be cleaned all the time. So just be very careful with that. Indian people do use gestures more than they do talk. Using gestures makes it easier for them to communicate with the younger generation. You will tend to see parents use gestures to speak to their children. I feel the reason for this is because they don't want to show disrespect. They do want to communicate with their children without the world knowing what they are saying. The children know exactly what the parent is saying without the parent needing to say it. This is a very collectivistic culture. They are very, 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 very family oriented. The women of the Indian culture tend to obey the male. The male are in charge. It is a very masculine culture. You do want to make sure that you are approaching the male with a lot of not disrespectful way. Women in the culture tend to listen to their family over their needs or what they expect or want. Here I am going to show you a picture of a young lady getting married to someone that she barely knows. She is dressed very beautifully. As you can see, everybody has a particular style. The man's hair is wrapped. The woman is very beautiful. They have jewels. They're cut. They have these great dresses on. But in the Indian culture, they are not marrying somebody that they've loved for a long time. They are marrying somebody that they've never met in person. They are doing this to basically please their family. I don't really think that this is something that I would be able to do, but in the Indian culture is what's known and what the women expects for it to happen. So if you are traveling to India, you need to be very aware of basically their surroundings. You don't want to step in the way of their family. Family is the most important thing to them. So as long as you are not being disrespectful, you will be fine. Business in India is very important. They want to make their money the best way they know how. They are very focused on it. They put their work ethics above anything. Work in school is very important to them, so that is another thing that you want to be aware of. Money and working is, more important than playing. They don't just jump into things. They are very smart about it. So there's no self-indulgence. They don't just jump into something. If they want to get up and go out or go party. That's not something that the Indian culture does. So just be aware of that. You're not going to ask somebody, hey, do you want to go to the club? Because most likely it's not going to happen. So with that being said, I do want to say that this is a very fun culture, very strict, but I really fell in love with this culture when I found out about kind of how the wedding scenario worked. I have another picture here of a woman marrying somebody. She looks very happy, but little do we know that she has just met them. So, I mean, don't ever judge a book by its cover, I guess you can say it in this situation, but India is India, and it's a great culture to be a part of. It's a great culture to learn from. I mean, a lot of us can follow some of their work ethics, but this is who I chose to do my report on, and I'm very, very glad that I chose to do it on India. Thank you for your time.